Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Ryan. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Boston Scott deep for Philadelphia. Taken right around the 44. Unable to corral him. He fights through. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they'll run here with Gainwell. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin. But Charles, you know, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy in the perimeter, he makes you go.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. There's the first NFL catch for Devontae Smith. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not.
Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Reagor, 25 yards for the touchdown, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So this drive spans 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. To throw again on second down, Ryan. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Ryan. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Patterson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Ryan. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Ryan on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big play there for Philly.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Parkey with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you to
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
The sack there by Brandon Graham coming in and bringing him down to the ground. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now it's Ryan. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down.
Right back to Pitts again.
That catch good for only a couple.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And here's a handoff to Gainwell.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
On 3rd down, it's Gainwell.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Philadelphia, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles